What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I'll get started shortly. I am trying to get our comment pinned that says that we are still open for free HIV STI testing. That is by appointment only. And you can reach out to us at 202-797-4439. You can also email us for COVID-19 testing at appointments at Whitman-Walker. All right. All right, so today I am going to be giving an update about COVID-19. As you all know, a lot of things have been changing. So I want to give some CDC updates. There's some new guidance in the district as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I hope I typed this pin right, but if not, we're gonna deal with it. It's been a busy day and I haven't had a lot of time to do what I was supposed to do today. So I hope your days have been easier, but like I said, I'm gonna be giving you an update about COVID-19. And it's been a bit of a while since we've talked about it. And like I said, things have been changing because we have Miss Delta variant who's come into the picture. And we've had to adjust for this new variant. And so as of yesterday, there have been a total of 35,135,404 cases in the U.S. for COVID-19. And those cases have resulted in over 600,000 deaths. So the Delta variant is spreading extremely fast around the country and is leading to a drastic rise in COVID-19 cases in the U.S. and it is disproportionate in different states and different counties. As cases rise and as hospitals overflow in areas with low vaccination rates, I do want to urge you all that it is important to get vaccinated. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. Now, for COVID cases, like our 7-day average literally went up 40% in over the last week. So according to the White House, 1/3 of all U.S. COVID cases reported in the last week actually came from 2 states. And those 2 states are Florida and Texas. Hospitalizations are now reaching like levels that they were in the winter. So according to new data that was provided by HHS, more than 50,000 COVID-19 patients were hospitalized on Monday. That's a number that has not been reached since February 27th, 2021. So that those 50,000 plus hospitalizations are more than triple the amount of people that was hospitalized 1 month ago. So I want to repeat that. We've tripled the amount of people that are being hospitalized for COVID-19 in just a month. Vaccination rates have more than doubled, so that's a good thing in states that have had the highest case rates. So, for example, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas have all increased their vaccination rates over 200%. So that is some good news. In addition, President Biden has set that plan that I communicated about a while back that he wanted 70% of Americans to receive at least 1 dose of that vaccine by July 4th. We did not hit that on July 4th. However, we have finally reached that goal of having 70% of Americans vaccinated. Now, there is something I do want to point out. There are some specifics around DC and some new information I want to share. So DC isn't doing too bad, to be honest, compared to some of the states we just discussed. So DC is currently seeing an 8.3 daily rate, meaning that about there are about 8 newly reported cases per day in the district. That will bring us to around 58 cases per week. Hospitalizations are low with, the total hospitalizations, like patient total in the hospital, 1.2% of those folks are reportedly admitted for COVID-19. So that's pretty low. Good news for the district. 73% of DC has been partially vaccinated, with at least 62.7% being fully vaccinated. So pretty good job, DC. I obviously would like to see more people getting vaccinated. Again, if you haven't, do that. Mask. So we've heard a lot of different things about, whether or not we should wear masks in the district, and this also follows the CDC guidelines. Effective July 31st, all people over the age of 2 must wear masks indoors, regardless of your vaccination status. So if you've been vaccinated or not, you still are required to wear your mask indoors in DC. And this is also, again, as I said, a recommendation that was provided by the CDC. Now, I do have some good news for those folks who may fall between the ages of 12 and 17, or those of you who are parents of those youth or adolescents that fall between the ages of 12 and 17. There are 3 vaccination sites in Washington, D.C. that are offering $51 Visa gift cards if you take your child to get vaccinated. Now, you'll get the $51 Visa gift card as a parent. So for each child that you actually get vaccinated, and the child will receive a $51 gift card. There are also sites that are giving out AirPods, so Apple AirPods, to the youth that between ages 12 and 17 if they get vaccinated. One key thing I do want to point out that DC is highly considering vaccination requirements for DC government. And they are currently working with, labor partners to create this vaccination requirement. So that was news that was communicated by Muriel Bowser in her COVID-19 outreach, I believe it was last week. So that is in the works. As far as testing, DC is still doing daily testing. You can walk up to get a test. There is no appointment. Change that. Vaccines, you can still walk up and get a vaccine. There is no report. There is no appointment required to get a vaccine. Now, for testing, you can visit coronavirus.dc.gov/testing to find a testing location. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the CDC guidance, because there's been a lot of misinformation out there, and I want to make sure that you have the best and most appropriate information. So, what are the CDC mask recommendations? So on July 27th, the CDC updated its mask guidance, and it recommended stricter adherence to face covering for most of the United States. This change obviously caused a lot of confusion. So why did they make this change? The Delta variant is surging, as I mentioned earlier. So nearly 2/3 of the country lives in an area with high COVID-19 transmission. So that is why we're like, okay, we need to get out this new guidance. Vaccination rates are also uneven across the country. You have some states that are doing a great job at, outreach and getting people vaccinated. And then you have some states that are not doing so well. And so this is more reason to push mask mandates when you don't really know who, and you don't know how. There's no real reason to tell who or how they've been vaccinated. So vaccines are still really, really effective at preventing COVID, or protecting us, I should say, against COVID-19. There have been some what we call breakthrough cases, meaning that vaccinated people have been reported as having COVID-19 or being tested positive for COVID-19. So when that happened, it's like whether you're vaccinated or not, if you get COVID-19, you still have the possibility of transmitting COVID-19, which is more reason for us to increase mask wearing and have mask wearing inside of buildings. So the Delta variant is a bit more contagious, and vaccine coverage is so uneven across the U.S. is that the CDC decided to update these mask mandates. I want to point out two changes that are the most notable things. Again, you have to wear your mask indoors in public if you are in an area of substantial or high transmission, even if you're fully vaccinated. So that second change is, if you're in school, in a K through 12 school, even if you're fully vaccinated, you have to wear a face mask. These recommendations are aimed to reduce community transmission in areas that are likely to experience high transmission rates. The new recommendations, are not a reversal of previous, guidance. We're literally just staying on top of communications based off the information that we have available. And so I definitely encourage you all to continue to check out the CDC website, continue to follow us on Whitman-Walker as we communicate this stuff out. But fully vaccinated people can relax their mask wearing, outside, and those things are still the same. It's really the inside. Everyone must wear a mask inside regardless of their vaccination status. And again, as we learn more, things could change. It's these variants, they come and we're not necessarily privy or knowledgeable exactly how the transmission will occur. So as things change, we'll change guidance. What else? Are there any questions? I don't see any questions. All right. So again, stay up to date on your local and national COVID-19 prevention guidelines and laws and all of that. And also if you haven't got vaccinated, come on, let's join the 160 million Americans who got fully vaccinated of COVID-19. So encourage your family, encourage your friends, encourage your network, your coworkers, everybody to get vaccinated. It's really the only way that we're going to slow down the pace of this Delta variant transmission and try once again to get back to normal. But together, we can beat COVID-19. So let's just make sure we try to do that. Continue to wear your mask indoors. Continue to socially distance if you're not vaccinated, and wash your hands regardless of your vaccination status. What else do I want to say? Whitman-Walker is still open for HIV STI testing. I have that pin there. You can call us at 202, I mistyped there, but it's 202-797-4439, or you can email us to make an appointment. And you can also call us at 202-797-4439 for either of our locations. If you have not been vaccinated, like I said, follow the CDC guidelines, continue to social distance. But most importantly, I want you all to continue to follow us here on Instagram, Facebook as well, Twitter as well, at Whitman-Walker. You can also follow us at Real Talk DC and at No Filter DC, and then also follow us at The Corner DC. Let's see, do we have anything else? All right, well, that's all I have for you all. I hope you enjoyed the update. Things are forever changing. I and my team will definitely come on here and share as much information as we have available to you all. But most importantly, just the vaccines still work. They are still the best way to protect yourself against COVID-19. Get them if you have not. Wear your mask indoors. That's the key thing right now. If you are vaccinated, you can relax your mask outside. That's it. Have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody.